I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pull-ups are the #1 upper body exercise that anyone can do. I don't care if you're a bodybuilder, athlete, or someone who just wants to build more muscle. The body weight pull-up, whether that's a wide grip, neutral grip, or underhand grip or chin up, it works all of the vertical pulling muscles of the upper body, the back, the biceps, the traps, and the rear delts. And it's also one of the most fundamental and basic old school exercises for calisthenics athletes and weight training athletes. But its benefits are often overlooked in bodybuilding or with guys who want to strictly build more muscle. And many will argue that you can just do pull downs instead, as they're the exact same movement pattern. And many will do so, especially if they're heavy and they just can't pull up their own body weight. But let me tell you something. A guy that can perform 20 strict body weight pull-ups or can do weighted pull-ups with an additional 25% of his body weight for 5 to 10 clean repetitions, he's not only going to have a more impressive back than the guy who only uses cables or machines, but he's likely to have more muscle mass across his entire upper body, simply due to the fact that he's developed so much strength and stability from such an impressive feat of strength. Bench presses, overhead presses, and large compound movements for the upper body, even squats and deadlifts for the lower body, they require a lot of upper back and lat stability. They even require a lot of strength in the traps and the rear delts as well. And backs that can support heavy weighted pull-ups can support heavy bench presses, overhead presses, and even squats and deadlifts. And I'd go as far as saying that if you neglect the weighted pull-up and you change nothing else but become proficient at that lift, every single muscle in the entire upper body would further develop, as the carryover from that pull-up strength will help you lift more and develop more muscle and strength over the entire upper body. But here's the thing. Don't expect to become a pro at weighted pull-ups overnight. Pull-ups take a long time to master, and like any other movement, you need to progressively overload them to continue growing and getting stronger. When I first started weight training, I could only perform about 1 or 2 pull-ups at a time, and I was only 150 pounds. And later, my strongest weighted pull-up had become doing them with an additional 100 pounds with 190 pound body weight for 5 to 10 repetitions. The progression didn't come overnight, but here are some of the things that I did to get there and some tips that you should follow to do the same. First, when you're at that stage of only being able to perform 1 to 2 reps on a pull-up at a time, you're not yet ready for traditional sets and reps. Instead of doing 3 to 5 sets of 10 repetitions, you should aim for a total number of repetitions, taking as many sets as needed to get there. When I first started weight training, I took a page out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's book. Literally, he advised starting your back day with 50 total reps on pull-ups, doing as many sets as it takes to get there. After you complete those 50 repetitions, then you would move on to your normal back day. When I first started training like this, I could only do 1 repetition at a time. I would take 30 seconds to a minute rest in between each set, and it took a while to get to 50 repetitions. That would be 30 to 45 minutes of performing just pull-ups before I even started back day. I did this twice a week for about 3 months, and it worked very well. I started out being able to only do 1 to 2 reps at a time, and slowly I started going to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 repetitions each set, eventually working up to 20 repetitions in a single set. What originally took me 45 minutes to get to 50 repetitions now was only taking me less than 5 minutes. It's not fancy, it's not new, it's simple, but it's hard work. But no one really wants to do that. And that's why we don't see many bodybuilders with impressive pull-up strength. And if you're at that level where you just can't do 5 to 10 repetitions with your body weight just yet, you should be banging out pull-ups with a total rep count multiple times per week. Pull-ups are not the type of movement that work well when done infrequently. Guys who are purely calisthenics athletes practice them daily. And if your goal is to specialize in them, I recommend performing them at least twice per week. Do them with a goal of hitting 30, 40, or 50 repetitions in a workout, and go as high as even 60 to 70. And once you're able to bang out at least 10 with just your body weight, it's time to move on to weighted pull-ups. Start with the lightest weight you can, whether that's 5 or 10 pounds, and perform at least 3 to 5 repetitions. You want to follow that up with multiple sets of just bodyweight repetitions for as many as you can. A typical workout might look something like 2 sets of 5 to 8 repetitions with additional weight, and then back off to just your body weight for 2 sets of as many reps as you can. The weighted low rep sets will build additional strength, and the higher rep back off work will build in additional volume. Over time, you'll aim to treat your weighted pull-ups like any other lift, slowly adding additional weight to the exercise, going from 10 pounds to 20 pounds to 30 pounds, etc. And when you get to the point where you can perform 5 to 10 repetitions with an additional 25% of your body weight, and you can bang out 20 strict body weight pull-ups, tell me your back hasn't transformed. And tell me that the rest of your upper body musculature and strength haven't improved dramatically as well. This is a very basic method. And if you were looking for some new revolutionary formula to get the job done, you came to the wrong place. But if you were looking for the tried and true methods to build muscular strength and size, I got you covered. And if you want the exact programs that I recommend to build muscle using proven old school bodybuilding methods, check out my 5-day mass gain program down below. And as always, if you guys want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.